Hello everyone. Imagine this. It's 9:30 in the morning and you are in a stand-up call with your manager and the team, and your manager suddenly looks at you and asks that, "Can you see the status of our production server for today's deployment?" And you confidently said yes. And after the meeting ends at 10 a.m., you see the status of the server as deploying, and you have started to continue some of your tasks. But after some while, at the afternoon, when you check the status of your server again, like deployment, so the status is in testing phase now. And again, you have started to do some of the tasks continued, and at evening, you wanted to check the status of your server again. So it is saying that it has been successfully deployed. So have you noticed something here? Something interesting? The value of our status is changing, but the status name it is not changing. So like only the value is changing throughout the date. So that's how exactly like we are going to understand variable in Python, and that is how exactly Python is working here. So variable is simply a name that stores a value as your programs run, and that value can change whenever you assign a new one. So in this video, what you are going to learn what are variables are, how assignment work, Python variables naming rule, the snake case convention, some result keywords, and Python powerful dynamic features. So let's jump to our Visual Studio Code and start doing some of the coding. So let's get directly to our Studio Code. Let me share my screen. So I hope my screen is visible now. So variables is nothing but it is a container for storing a data values. So let me create one variable here as my name is equal to something as Rishabh, and I want to print this. Print not Rishabh, print name. Okay, it's a markdown. I have to delete this and I have to code it. Okay. Again, I will assigning a name as Rishabh and print this. Base Python I am selecting. Again, I will run this. So here what we have done, we have created a variable called name and store the value my name inside it. When we print the variable, Python prints the value stored inside it, not the variable name. So see it when I'm printing, so the name variable is not getting printed, but the value inside the name it is getting printed. Now we will go and create some multiple variables and understand this. So let me give a multiple variable. So suppose I am again printing my name. Name is my as Rishabh, and I am printing my age. Age will be like suppose 28, and I will be printing my city. City is, let me suppose it's Pune, and now I want to print this all. So let's suppose print, and I will be printing my name. Again I will be printing my age, and again I will be printing at print city. So every print you will see, every print function will be printing my variable value, not the variable name. So that I can say that a program can have many variables. Each variable can store a different information. Now let's go and understand some assignment operator. So let's suppose if you are working in a company and your current salary is around 1 lakh rupees. So let's say suppose my salary is 1 lakh, 1 1 0 0 0 0 0. So, and now if I want to print this, print a salary. So now the value of this salary is printed, and I have assigned this value to a variable salary. Now suppose you have worked for 1 year in your company, and you have done a very good work, and your manager is impressed by work, and he has like given a very good rating, and due to that your salary is increased. So now what I am doing, I am updating the value from like he has you have got a 50% hike, let's suppose. So now your salary will be 1,50,000. So salary is equal to 1,50,000. And again I will be printing this, print salary, print salary. So now the value, my value has been assigned as like this value has been updated from 1 lakh to 1,50,000, because you have got a 50% hike. Now if you want to update something, like updating the value, not like this, you have manually updated, but something you want to update, salary is equal to something 1 lakh, and you want to update according to your percentage. So what you will do, salary is equal to salary into 50% into 50%, and for into plus, you will do plus salary. Now I will be going and printing this, print salary. Now let's see if my what it is done, why it is doing like this. Into, like I have to close this, enclose this in 50% if you are doing. So for getting something, or let's keep it simple here, salary, and then I will be adding here manually 50,000 again. So salary has been increased by 50,000. So now you see that my value has been increased from 1 lakh to, so this is called a updating a value in Python. Now we will go and see some like variable, how variable can store a different data types. So we will understand the different data types also in coming videos. So let's first go and create like a name. I have actually done this already, so let me copy this name. This is like a different types it is storing same, and one I'm doing is he a student or something, is underscore employee is equal to, I'm running as true, he is a employee, and printing this, print is empty. So in this way we can store a like multiple different types of data types in our variable. And now we will understand some of the valid variables name, naming convention, how variables name you have to give it, so that you will not get it like we don't get the variable name sorry, like variable name should be correctly defined. Suppose that the right rules for naming the convention is that a variable name must must start with a letter or the underscore character. A variable name cannot start with a number. Suppose I am starting my variable name as 1 name, so it is a wrong one. It can't start like this. Yeah, we can start with like something underscore name. So yes, we can like this is the naming rules. A variable can contain only contain alphanumerical characters and underscore. So alphanumerical characters means A to Z, 0 to 9, 0 to 9, and underscore. So this is some of the naming convention. And I will say variable name are case sensitive. If I have given a name here as a small and I will create a n capital, so it will consider this variable as a different and this variable as a different one. So if I am trying to store any other value, let's suppose Pankaj, I am storing, and again I am printing this print name, so it will print Rishabh and Pankaj separately. Although the spelling is same, but you see one in my value that in Rishabh it is storing the value. It is in a small caps, but the Pankaj it is in capital, so it will be a different one. And one more thing, Python name, like variable of the name cannot be a keyword which are in Python. So this also we will study what is keywords in Python later. So like suppose you one keyword I am saying like print. So print is a function we have understood. So print can't be a function name. If you want to, sorry, variable name. If you want to give this print as a variable name, so you have to keep either underscore something, then only we can do it. So it will now be considered as a variable, but directly print it will not be considered as a variable. Like it will give me an error. And now let's move forward, and I will show some invalid variable name. Suppose I am giving one name is equal to h. So what it will happen? It will give me a invalid decimal literal. So it is telling I am getting an error. So I have to remove this and again assign this value in this. And some of the like spacing cannot be, like employee name emp name. Like if you want to give an employee name, so you can't give a space in between employee and name. So again it will give me an error. So it is saying invalid syntax. So if you want to store something like this, so better go with and give a underscore in between. So now it is storing that employee name. Now if I will go and see the output of this, what is the value of my employee name and emp name, so it will give me a correct output now. So this is some of the like correct syntax to create a variable and store some value inside this variable. So I hope like you should follow this rule. I have and if you haven't like understood something, you can ask in the comment and I will answer that. And I will also attach this Python file in my comment or in my description section. You can check this out and practice it. So this we have understood what is variable naming, sub result, keyword we have understood. And moving forward, now I want to explain you something like dynamic typing. So in dynamic typing, let's go and create something as n1. Number one I am doing n1 is equal to 100 and print data. Print something as n1 data, and I want to see the type of this. Print type n1, and what will be going. So it is showing me like the type of this is class int. Now I'm changing this as string one, or let's suppose I'm changing it n1 is equal to, in double quotes I'm changing it as a string and print it. So it is changing to like a string class. So something notice that like we have never declared n1 as an integer or string, but what does Python automatically like change the type based on the value assigned. This is called a dynamic typing, and it is possible in Python. like in suppose say in C++ if you are coding, so you have to first give the data type of variable, like suppose int a or something, then only it will understand what is the data type of my variable. But in Python you don't have to give any type, it will automatically understand, and so this is called a dynamic typing. uh, and more what we have to learn here, uh, I hope like we have learned to understanding naming convention in this. So moving forward, I will also teach some of the uh, good concepts. Let's move forward and see what is the next agenda. So in next day, what I will do, I will try to like give the, I will try to explain the print function in depth. Right now what we are doing, like we are just printing a simple name, but in next class I will explain like separate keyword in keyword which will be used as a parameter inside this print function. So for that, like you have to wait for some time. So if you have found this information helpful, so do like my video so that I get a motivation for creating a new information like this. Like these are the basic things, but I have started right now to explain this thing. And if you are having some friend who are interested in learning tech and something, you can share this video with them also, and subscribe this video or subscribe my channel for getting the regular updates. And tomorrow I will come up with like something new, like what is I will explain print function in depth. So this is it for today, and goodbye for now. Let's meet tomorrow. Thank you.